The Dying Giant, the heroic rescue of a parasite-infested hippopotamus. Deep in the heart of the African savanna, where the golden sun shimmered over vast grasslands and winding rivers, a mighty hippopotamus named Kibo once ruled the waters. With his massive frame and thick gray skin, Kibo was a dominant force in his territory, feared and respected by all. But even the strongest creatures can fall, and Kibo was about to face a battle unlike any he had fought before. The Silent Killer. During an unusually dry season, the river that Kibo called home began to shrink. The water turned murky, thick with mud and decay. Without clean water to cool his skin or cleanse his wounds, Kibo became vulnerable. It started with a small infection, just a few parasites burrowing into his flesh. But soon the infestation spread like wildfire. Millions of worms and parasitic creatures began to feast on his body, digging into his skin, forming deep, festering wounds. Kibo, once a proud and powerful giant, became weak. The relentless itching and pain drove him to madness. He rolled desperately in the mud, scraped himself against rocks, but nothing could stop the parasites. His once mighty roars of dominance turned into groans of agony. Day by day, Kibo grew thinner, his strength fading. The other hippos in the pod began to avoid him, sensing his sickness. Alone and suffering, Kibo struggled to even wade through the shallow water. If help didn't come soon, he would not survive. A race against time. Miles away, at a wildlife conservation center, a team of researchers monitoring the river via drone footage noticed something alarming. An adult hippo, barely moving, his body covered in open sores. Dr. Amina, a seasoned wildlife veterinarian, immediately recognized the signs of severe parasitic infection. "We have to act fast," she told her team. "If we don't intervene, he'll die within days." But saving a hippo was no easy task. Weighing nearly 4,000 pounds and known for their aggressive nature, hippos were among the most dangerous animals to approach. A direct rescue attempt could put both the team and the hippo in danger. They needed a plan, one that would outsmart the dying giant without causing him more stress. The dangerous mission. The team set out at dawn, navigating the difficult terrain in their rescue vehicles. They carried tranquilizer darts, medical supplies, and a specialized transport crate designed for large animals. As they approached the riverbank, the stench of infection filled the air. Kibo barely reacted as they neared. His energy was nearly gone. "Carefully, doctor." Amina raised her tranquilizer gun, aiming for a safe dosage. With a soft thud, the dart hit Kibo's thick skin. He flinched but did not resist. Within minutes, his heavy body slumped into the shallow water. The team worked quickly, using ropes and pulleys to lift Kibo onto a reinforced stretcher. The challenge was immense. Moving a full-grown hippo, even in a semi-conscious state, was nearly impossible. But they refused to give up. After hours of struggle, they finally secured him in their transport crate and rushed him back to the conservation center. The fight for survival. At the treatment facility, the true extent of Kibo's suffering was revealed. His body was riddled with infected wounds, some so deep they exposed raw flesh. The parasites had spread internally, weakening his organs. The team immediately got to work, removing the millions of worms infesting his skin, treating his wounds with antiseptics, and administering life-saving fluids. For days, Kibo teetered between life and death. The team monitored him around the clock, feeding him carefully measured portions of food and ensuring he stayed hydrated. Slowly, the light began to return to his eyes. His wounds started to heal, and his strength returned. One morning, after weeks of recovery, Kibo stood up on his own for the first time. The team cheered. Their efforts had paid off. He was ready to go home. A triumphant return, escorted by his rescuers, Kibo was transported back to a healthier part of the river, where clean water flowed and lush vegetation thrived. As they opened the transport gate, he hesitated for just a moment. Then, with a powerful grunt, he stepped forward, feeling the cool water embrace his body once again. For a brief moment, Kibo turned his head toward the humans who had saved his life. It was as if he understood. Then, with a mighty splash, he disappeared beneath the water, free once more. His story would forever be remembered, not just as a tale of survival, but as a testament to the bravery of those who refused to let him die. The dying giant had been reborn, thanks to the heroic rescue team who risked everything to save him.